Steven, the Warriors are terrible right now. Russell Wilson just signed with the New York Giants. Stephon Diggs signed with the New England Patriots. But hey, let's talk some baseball.
You don't have to just talk baseball right now.
I know. We're waiting on Walter Cabalsato when we merge the two podcasts together. Just your opinion, man, and passion for the pastime. Walter's pooping in the moment. So when he's ready to go, we'll get him on. But real quick, Warriors just wrapped up a 26-point loss to the Miami Heat. This was supposed to be Jimmy Walter.
Jimmy Walter.
Jimmy Butler's revenge game, and it was just a total dud.
It was a dud.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They suck without Steph Curry right now, offensively, defensively, and it makes me wonder just how good of a team they are, because once they get to the playoffs, it's not going to just be all Steph Curry. It needs to be from everybody. Jonathan Kuminga seems lost right now. I'm going back on my earlier take where I was like, I don't know if he's going to help this team that much, but yeah, they're just lost right now.
Well, I think no, Steph Curry's not going to do everything, but Steph Curry is the reason why that offense runs the way that it does. He is the key cog in this little Warriors watch. And it also didn't help that they were in Miami and Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler were partying, playing a little dominoes. Look, I'm sitting here on a Tuesday wearing a Goofy Movie shirt, and I'm doing a podcast.
Don't you downplay that. Powerline's awesome.
I'm not going to tell some grown ass men they shouldn't be partying when they're in Miami, especially when they're multimillionaires. But didn't help. Didn't help that they were spending their sweet time in Miami and taking advantage of it over the weekend. So, a lot went wrong there for the Dubs. They just couldn't knock down a shot, man. That starting five was terrible.
Oh, dude, the first half, what was it? Just a combined 10 points from the starters? All of them just made one shot.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that. And, I mean, Bob Fitzgerald brought up, this goes back to, 2004 with the Warriors. So, yeah, not good right now. We'll see if it bites them in the ass. I got to see who the Clippers and Minnesota are playing. It really hasn't, messed with them too much lately because, they benefited from everything. Even though they lost that game against the Hawks, the Clippers lost to OKC last night. The Lakers lost. The Rockets, I think they lost. The Timberwolves lost. Whatever it was.
Right.
The Warriors right now are not getting snake bit by their own mistakes, but I got to believe they just got to stay focused. And I think we got to get out of the idea of them being a championship team right now. Let's just hope they maintain the 6th seed and not become a play-in team.
Yeah, that's all you can hope for. But the championship talk, everyone knew that was a little too much. Just because Draymond mentioned it, it became a thing. Can the Warriors win a championship? Of course they can. Any team can win a championship. That's by definition. Everyone has a chance until they get there. And if the Warriors end up missing Steph Curry, they can weather the storm, I think, for a game. But I don't know. I don't know, if he has to miss multiple. If he ends up getting some sort of injury where he has to miss 2 or 3 in a series, then it's probably over. They just look different, man. They don't have anyone with that gravitational pull that Steph brings. And you actually heard Fitz and Kalena talking about it with Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero was getting that gravity from the Warriors defense. You need Steph Curry out there. It's just plain and simple. It also helps that you're getting, 28 to 35 points a night, and he's playing at an MVP level with Jimmy Butler on the floor. But without Steph Curry, they just looked stagnant. They didn't have someone who was able to handle the ball at one point. It's who the hell's the point guard? Who's going to be the guy carrying the ball up the court?
Yeah, no, they're completely discombobulated right now. And I think that once Steph comes back, they'll figure things out. And, they'll have some tune-up games against the Pelicans and San Antonio. But I thought these games without Steph Curry were gimmies. I thought that they should have handled business against the Atlanta Hawks and the Miami Heat. And I got to think, for Jimmy Butler, I know he was kind of blasé about the whole return, but this has got to fuck with him a little bit. The fact that he came back, he wanted to prove it to Pat Riley and everybody else, and he did not have a good performance tonight. Just 11 points. I mean, I would see even defensively, he's not carrying his own right now. The whole team is just not playing well. For Draymond to react the way he did after the Hawks lost, and saying that was a terrible loss, I wonder what he's going to say tonight. Because I thought that would, kind of light a fire under their ass. And I know that they're staying in Miami. and they're having fun. And I thought that maybe that would help them out and camaraderie and, some time together. I don't think they should be in a partying mood. I know that they got a couple more days in Miami and then they're flying off to New Orleans. But I know Steph is there, and I know that, they can, reunite with Andrew Wiggins. But I just don't think that anybody should be celebrating anything right now.
I think they were I think they were just celebrating having a lot of money. Like, that's what you do in Miami, and I don't fault them at all for that. But you're professional athletes. You should be able to go out there and perform and still do that on a nightly basis. You know what I mean? You're not like this dude who's going viral on TikTok who wakes up at 5 a.m. and puts his head in an ice cold bucket of sparkling water or whatever.
Saratoga water. Come on. Give it some credit.
You seen this guy? It's insane.
Dude, he's got like Emmanuel Acho vibes where he just seems phony to me. What's this guy's name?
I don't know.
Ashton Hall. He used to I think he was a practice squad player in the NFL.
He played for Alcorn State and had 8 carries for 6 yards or 6 carries for 8 yards. I don't remember which one.
Yeah. I mean, I like to think I have a good routine in the morning. I like to go to the gym. I like to, do some things before I start a productive day, but I can't say I wipe my face with a banana peel.
You should start. You should try doing that. You might need to when you have your face in the sun like the way you do right now.
Yeah, I know, dude. The one bad thing about daylight savings is, well, 2 things. You lose a little bit of sleep when we're in spring forward. But, yeah, I have the sun just beaming down on my face. Let the sun beat down upon my face. Mm-hmm. Walter's texting me. This is, all right. He's still on the toilet, but he's texting me Jesus. So hopefully he's cleaning up his bottom, Walter. And he's good to go.
Well,
yeah, I know, man.
I have something to follow up from the last podcast. So we were talking about Amir Khan, the student manager for McNeese State, who ended up getting bounced out of the tournament. He got those NIL deals, and one of them was from Insomnia Cookies. Well, it turns out that a manager or the manager of Insomnia Cookies in San Jose was listening, and he ended up getting a hold of my number.
What?
And he left me a voicemail. So this is because we didn't know the meaning behind it. You thought it was like some form of sleeping aid, like it had like melatonin in it or something of that nature, right?
I thought it had weed in it, like an indica to make you go to sleep.
Or that. But apparently that's not why it's called insomnia. Here's the apparently the manager.
Hello? Is this Stephen Langford of Just Your Opinion, man? This is the manager of the Insomnia Cookies in downtown San Jose. Dude, first, great show. But we don't put drugs in our cookies, man. And like, I just have to say, it's called insomnia because people are awake and we're open late when we sell cookies. So insomnia cookies. That's it. Love the show. First time caller, long time listener. Peace and love, brother.
All right, who the fuck was that?
It was Nick Clark. The guy that officiated my wedding. Yeah. He's
well done, Nick.
He ended up calling me and he's like, "Did you get my voicemail?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "You guys were pissing me off with the insomnia cookies." Because we didn't know what it was, and he was like yelling as he's walking his dog because he's listening to the pod on the what.
Well, I'm sorry, Nick, but is that like common knowledge to know about insomnia cookies?
Apparently, it is. It is, but
never heard about that company in my life.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right,
love, brother.
Walter is starting up his internet.
Wow.
And for all of the Pastimers that we're stealing from Walter right now, does it usually take him a while to start his streams? Because I know me and Steven have our issues sometimes with me coming on Bard or Steven just doing whatever the hell he's doing.
Well, at some point, I'm going to ask you guys about these new ballpark foods, and these are definitely some options that are going to have you on the toilet for a long time.
Good to hear, I guess.
Yeah.
By the way,
these are good.
Did I talk about this last time? I was cooking up some eggs on Sunday or maybe Saturday, whatever day it was. Mm. And I like to have a little hot sauce on my eggs. So I'm making them pretty much an omelet. and I got myself some of my my Hot Ones hot sauce, and I just went to it's usually clogged up the whole of the bottle, so I went to pat it, give it like a little ketchup pat from the back, like burping a baby, and then a ton of hot sauce came on the eggs.
Ooh.
And I thought to myself, well, do I waste these eggs? Because there is an egg shortage that I learned. Or do I just eat these eggs that are just, have a ton of hot sauce in them? So I ate the eggs with the hot sauce.
Yes.
And I mean, that's the most, if you want to give me a punishment going forward for Windsor Wings, that's the way to do it. I ate the eggs, no problem. Next day was on the toilet for pretty much the entire day.
Well, Derek, the idea of the punishment is not to punish you in your shit the next day. The idea is to punish you as you are doing the podcast. So if you're doing a podcast and we do that, all you're going to be doing is enjoying some eggs with hot sauce.
Yeah, I know, but the real punishment is the next day, and I don't think anybody wants to see that, Steven.
That doesn't translate to the podcast, Derek. Come on,
yeah, dude. I know, but I could tell the graphic stories. And yes, AJ Cruz. So the sauce came on the eggs, eh?
Yeah,
absolutely did.
The way you worded that was bizarre, dude.
Yeah, I know. I know. Speaking of AJ
Cruz, that hot
Cruz,
sauce just come all over the eggs.
Yeah, just came all over the eggs, baby. Yeah. Just jizzed all over the eggs. Speaking of AJ Cruz, we will be taking calls tonight. So if you guys want to call in, this is the first time we'll be doing this.
How the hell does that work?
Walter knows how to take calls on a podcast. So we're going to do that tonight.
Wow.
I'll let Walter give the details and everything.
Oh, God.
But yeah, let's bring the man in and let's let the man talk to his audience. Walter, treat this like a regular open of Passion for the Pastime. Ladies and gentlemen, Walter Icabalseta.
Whoa, I gotta have the mic on. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Passion for the Pastime. Passion for the Opinion Man. What are we calling this thing, Derek?
Just a Pastime, man. Whatever. It's interchangeable.
All right, dude. Well, hell yeah, man. My apologies. My computer was taking the longest. I mean, it was taking longer than me taking a dump. So, I mean, my apologies for that. But what's up, boys? How we going tonight?
What's going on?
Dude, I'm hype. I'm hype right now. Yeah. Did Derek tell you that I was taking a dump?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Thank you, Derek. Appreciate it.
I disclosed that information to everybody on the podcast. Yes.
Yeah. And that ended up leading to a whole story about how he had too much hot sauce on his eggs, or put too much hot sauce on his eggs. Actually, too much hot sauce came on his eggs. That's that's in his words.
That's the way I described it, and I'm sticking to that, Walt.
That he had a gross bathroom experience.
That was today?
No, that was on Sunday. It was pretty much a whole day ordeal.
Oh, geez. Did you go through the toilet paper or what? How did dude? It's
a good day to have dude wipes. That's all I'll say.
Oh God.
Fantastic.
Anyway, people didn't want to hear about my fecal matter. Let's talk about some baseball here. Or did you want to talk a little bit about the Warriors, Walt? We'll decide. Did you want to get to baseball? Did you want to give a quick opinion on the Warriors? Just
give me a quick update.
Bed?
Dude, are they shitting the bed right now? Is Andrew Wiggins going full revenge mode? I haven't been watching the game.
Dude, it's over. They lost. They lost by 26.
No, they did. Did they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they need Steph. And the Jimmy Butler guy's not as good as we thought he was. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, dude. The trade it was a bad trade. It was a bad trade immediately. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll talk about that tomorrow on KMBR or 95.7 or everybody will react to the Warriors just not doing well right now. But let's talk about some Giants baseball because the season is upon us. We're almost there, Walt. We got 2 more days. How excited are both of you guys for the start of this Giants season?
Shoot. Walter, you can go first, man.
Dude, I am so fucking hyped. I was out at the ballpark yesterday. I did a podcast from Levi's Landing right there, right by the Bank of America sign. And just being out at the ballpark, dude, was incredible. I mean, it was hot as shit. It's really hot the last 2 days. And apparently
I was there with you, Walt. And for whatever reason, you decided to wear 2 jackets.
Well, no. So I had the hoodie and then I was out at Levi's Landing and I was like, I feel the breeze coming because, it's San Francisco. I thought it was going to cool off a little bit. So I said, hey, I made a request on my podcast and I said, hey, if Derek is listening, go ahead and bring me my other jacket. I didn't need it. I really didn't need it. But thank you for bringing it to me, Derek. I really appreciate that.
See,
Well,
this is a veteran Giants fan move, though, Derek. This is a veteran Giants fan move because it's cold out there in San Francisco. You can't predict the weather. Even right now, when it's beautiful and sunny, it could be cold as hell in Oracle Park. So,
Dude,
I commend Walter for that.
100%.
You guys have never been to Oracle Park before.
Steven did it.
I just need to wear it.
Go ahead. Wait, you wanted me to wear the jacket, even if I was sweating balls? Like, come on, bro. I'm not gonna wear the jacket.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like you just stuff it in your backpack. You just have it like hunched over your shoulder. You don't need it. I'm just saying, like, let the breeze come in a little bit, Walt.
Here's the thing, Derek. Derek, I don't trust you when it comes to weather-related things, no matter how familiar you are with said place. First off, the 2018 Warriors parade, when you sunburnt your face all to hell and you had to go to the doctor for it. Was that 2018?
No, it's 2017, Steven. Get it right.
Yeah, 2017. I think that same year at the Raider game when we knew
I'm going to get sunburned in my own fucking house right now with this glare. Jesus.
Before we went to the Raider game at the Coliseum, we knew it was going to be pouring rain, thunderstorms, and you still wore jeans and didn't bring a change of clothes. You just wore those jeans and almost gave yourself hypothermia. So no matter how
I think I did.
So no matter how much Oracle Park, I don't trust you when it comes to attire to keep your body at an optimal level. I don't know how I'm trying to describe that, but you get where I'm going. You get where I'm going. So there you go.
Sure. You got to plan for all weathers in the Bay Area, but especially at Oracle Park, man. You never know what kind of draft is going to come in from McCovey Cove. You got to plan for this, Derek, especially since you are switching allegiances and becoming a Giants fan. You got to
don't you start this, Walt. No.
Hey, I had to bring it up. Steven, he shows up. I see him for the first time in 2025 at Oracle Park. He shows up. What happens? Did you tell everybody, Derek? You tell everybody what happened?
Yeah, Elio Ramos hit a home run as soon as I arrived.
Nice.
He's a Giants fan. Come on. Wear that badge with pride, Derek.
Wow. I like Elio Ramos. I think, me and Walt almost met him last year. We thought it was him. There was a man pushing a baby in a stroller, and Walt was like, I think that's Elio Ramos.
Yeah, it was Elio Ramos. It was.
As far as we know.
No, I'm convinced. I'm convinced that it was Elio
We never
Ramos.
got confirmation.
I think I got confirmation. I asked him. I was like, hey, were you? I talked to him in Spanish. I was like, hey, were you pushing your baby? And he was like, yeah.
Okay.
True story.
Well, there we go. That's all the confirmation we need.
Just that general question. There was no context behind it.
Hey, Ramos, you ever push your baby before? He goes, yeah, all the time. Well, that must be
I pushed
you.
my baby. Yeah, it was you. Yeah, we saw you. We saw you.
Yeah.
All right. So, we were at the ballpark last night, and things are not ready to go even. Like, I was kind of surprised. It was not a lot of people at the ballpark. I would assume there would be more for an actual Battle of the Bay if the A's had the balls to come to San Francisco and do a Battle of the Bay for, just their 2-game spring training thing. But instead they the Giants got the Detroit Tigers, kind of a weird thing. John Brebbia came back. But besides that, the slide wasn't ready to go. They changed all of the Chevron cars in the left corner.
Are they changing the Coke bottle to an RC Coke bottle?
Oh, dude.
Or maybe a Saratoga bottle.
Fantastic. RC Cola. Hell yeah, dude. Love that.
Yeah. Dude, I'm feeling like, you know what? I didn't even answer your question. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling optimistic because there's hope at this current time. And you look at them walking away with the most wins in spring training. I'm feeling okay right now. Doesn't mean that's how I'm going to feel at the middle of the season. But am I wrong on this? Did they do a pretty poor job in promoting the idea, the game at Oracle Park? Like, I'd heard of it. I'm sure you guys did, obviously, working with KMBR. But I just didn't see a lot of public promotion for it. And then when it was on TV, I feel like the reason there wasn't a lot of people there at the same time is because, I don't know, just didn't feel like the word was out. Am I wrong on that?
Walt, you would know better than me. I feel like I have those games ever really been promoted? It's just like a kind of an expectation thing they have 2 home games before the season starts.
Diehards pay attention.
Well, but my thing, the diehards pay attention, but there wasn't a lot of promotion. But I think the big thing about it is that this was the first year that it wasn't the Battle of the Bay series, and this was the first time that you weren't seeing the A's. So I feel like it wasn't broadcasted like we would normally see it because we have it coming from both sides of the Bay Area. Like, oh, you're gonna go see the A's, you're gonna go see them at the Coliseum, and then you Battle of the Bay series. You got the first one in Oakland, you got the second one in San Francisco. You guys got to come out. It wasn't that type of hype towards it. I mean, it's the Tigers and all that. So I think that maybe had a little bit to add to that.
Yeah,
there wasn't the fuel to the fire because, dude, I could tell you, like yesterday being out at the ballpark. It felt really weird. I don't know how it felt to you, Derek. I know it's kind of like a subplot line of the games this last exhibition season right before the start of the season. Dude, it felt completely different. Like seeing people walking around in their Tigers unis or the Tiger attire, and not seeing the Kelly Greens, not seeing the Oakland
Tiger.
And all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? So it kind of felt, it lost a little bit of its luster from what we've had in years past, because it was always a fanfare regardless. The games didn't count, but it was always an electric atmosphere regardless, even if it was a exhibition game. It just didn't have that last night.
Were you guys there? Sorry, Derek, but were you guys there when Riley Green hit like the longest home run into McCovey Cove that I've seen in forever?
Yeah, we were there.
Was the sound of the bat, did that equate to the actual distance of the home run? Like when you heard that? Because my God, just watching that on TV, I like how there was a clip that went viral. I think it was posted by Danny Vitelli. He works for CBS Sports. Used to do stuff with the A's,
right?
And he's pretty well known in the Bay Area. But he posted the video. He's like, "Man, look at that sunset." And I don't know if he was posting that as like sarcasm, because if he was, that was fantastic because that ball was launched.
Yeah, I didn't realize how far he hit it until I think Marcus Boucher showed us the highlight, and I was like, "Damn, he hit the piss out of that ball."
Yeah. No, he definitely got both cheeks into that one. When he hit it, we knew we knew it was a tank, but I don't think we had the recollection of like Derek said, like we didn't know how far he actually hit that thing until we saw the replay of it. It was like, dude, that was kind of like Barry Bonds, like how far it went into the cove.
Here's my question. Who on the Tigers, what asshole was like, you know what? We should wear the same exact uniforms as the Giants. I was confused as fuck when the game started. I was like, so wait a minute. Hold on. Robbie Ray's pitching to somebody on the Giants right now? Like, dude, Jesus, that was terrible.
It was the weirdest freaking thing, dude. Walking up and seeing the dugouts, I was like, bro, are they playing a split squad game? Like, what the hell's going on? Like, why are the Tigers like in the Giants dugout? Like, I was so confused. I had to like get my bearings a little bit. It was a weird one, but hey, that's what happens with the exhibition series and spring training. I mean, so it is what it is.
That makes me pissed, man. Thinking about like how not the Tigers stuff, but just how a game against the Tigers. I mean, besides, the Spencer Torkelson thing, the local guy coming back.
Oh, yeah, Petaluma, yeah.
And all that sort of, like former Cal guy, whatever. Or no, that's not Cal guy. I'm thinking of someone different. Think of Andrew Vaughn. But when you got that, other than that, like what really brings the fans out to the ballpark to watch the Tigers? Not much. Like that just, I don't know.
I mean, but then that's also the other bigger problem. I mean, are we going out to the ballpark to see the opposing team, or are we going to see our own guys? Right? I mean, I feel like this is a year where you're looking at this new squad with Jung-Hoo Lee and Willie Adames. They're kind of trying to get to that point to where these are the names, these are the numbers, these are the faces that you want to recognize and come out to see for the Giants, right? So, what was really interesting to me, and I don't know if you guys have really thought about this, but I was thinking about it yesterday, is that we always had the Battle of the Bay series. It was always, Oakland. It was always San Francisco. That's what we came to see. That was the norm.
Yep.
And this particular series between the Giants and the Tigers, it was set up because the Tigers are going down to LA. It makes sense for their travel schedules. So is there going to be an exhibition series to where the Giants fans in San Francisco won't be able to see their teams? after spring training? Like they won't be playing in San Francisco because let's say they open up in New York, right? Why would they want to do an exhibition series on the West Coast then to have that off day travel day? And I mean, they're doing that right now with the Reds, but I mean, if you're going to play the Yankees, you might as well go play the Red Sox for an exhibition series or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I wonder how much of an effect and how much people actually care about the exhibition series. But I mean, that was always a cool thing with having your boys come back to your ballpark and seeing them for a couple of days before they go off and start the season.
Yeah, I mean, that probably puts it on the table that the Giants may not always open up the season at home in a 2-game series to end spring training. I mean, yeah, I've been so used to the Giants and A's thing for years. Even like me and Coach were talking about it, like, you know, usually it was like a Saturday, Sunday type of thing, and then they would start this, or maybe it was a Friday, Saturday thing, rest on Sunday, and then the season starts on a Monday. But yeah, no, I can't guarantee that. Like the A's have totally changed the way this thing goes about. So yeah, I'd say that's probably on the table, Walter.
Oh, it absolutely is. I'd say 100% it is. But also, do these exhibition games, is there any profit in it for these owners? Like if it's profitable to maybe not have an exhibition series, then I'm sure they'd be into it, because it seems like the Giants not the front office, but it seems like their ownership group very interested in profits instead of the actual product right now. And I will get into that through this podcast, but you know, I think that's a big part of it.
I gotta say, like, I don't know how you guys feel, but seeing that article where the Giants, what happened exactly, Walter? And Steven, you probably know about this too, where they gained some money and quickly Larry Bear is like, no, we're not putting that money towards the team, everybody. Oh, slow your roll. We're not trying to go after the next Aaron Judge here. God forbid. Yeah. No, we're going to put that money towards the front of the ballpark. Because that's what you guys care about. Giants entrances, nothing like it.
Well, that's the same thing that they did, that they said that they weren't using any of the money for the team with the Mission Rock project, right? I mean, they're just trying to find ways to you know, pad their wallets a little bit, make their bank accounts grow. So they sold off what, 10% of the team, right? 10%. Stake to some investors. I forget who it was, but
Sixth Street
firm,
right? Street. I've had to say that on the air, and I can't say sixth. It sounds like I'm saying Sixth Street. Sixth Street.
Can't say something on the radio, huh, Steven?
Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal.
Hey, real quick before, fantastic. That's a great segue. Keep that FU, holster it, Derek, because we do have a phone call. I know, I know, by the way, we're talking about it. Yeah, call in. The phone number is, let me see if I can remember it, 925-392-5348. Again, that's 925 Babe Ruth, year I was born, Melky Cabrera, Pablo Sandoval. That is the numbers. That's how I remember that.
Good way to remember that.
But we do have a first caller on the Just Your Opinion Man show. I told you to holster the FU, Derek, but let's go out to the phone. I'm not even going to introduce who it is, but he does have the namesake of the phone line. So let's go ahead and go out to our first caller of the joint podcast here. You're live, bro. What's up?
Mexican American Dream.
It's called the Six, you lemon Brit. The Six. It's easy. Everybody can say it. How come you can't say it? You've been here long enough, nice guy. I've been waiting for this day so I can ask a question that's been burning upon his mind for these last several weeks. Where is the Bisquick, Daddy? Where's the Bisquick?
The Bisquick is gone. I lost my Bisquick sponsorship. I've transferred over to Waffles, so I don't have the Bisquick in the background. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I wish I had. I might get Bisquick though, just to appease you.
He's gonna slap you with a tortilla, Daddy.
Oh, dude, that was so good.
I'm sorry.
Might be a little too much for a young nice guy there to take. If I gotta be careful when I use my hot sauce. Last thing I need is my bottle of hot sauce to have an orgasm all over my breakfast, because then I'll be like young Derek over there in the bathroom thinking about my life decisions, especially since the waivers are more expensive these days than toilet paper was just a mere 4 years ago, Daddy. So you better rethink everything, Daddy. There's a reason. There's a reason for everything. There's a purpose and a place for everything. And young Jerry's still trying to figure it out. So you'll be okay, Daddy. You just keep it up. The only reason I called today is because I might have missed that whoever the commissioner of this funny fantasy baseball league of yours purposely set the draft to handicap the Dirty Work crew into drafting jabronis on their team. That's not even cool, Daddy. That's very low. I would expect something like that at a decade. But that's all to keep young Tony his tea time. I done said this before. I'll say it again. Young Tony does not play golf. He plays croquet. That boy is confused. They did this draft in the middle of the day so that funky little morning show there can get out scot-free so they can be out running around the yard playing croquet, telling young Tony he's going to shoot a -16 or whatever that low score is, Daddy. And young Tony, his generation doesn't know nothing about hard work. That's why I rock with the Dirty Red crew. And you know what? You're Lyman Britt, nice guy. You can kick it with us because you done been here long enough. We're going to adopt you, baby. We're going to adopt you. And Canadian Walker come for the right too. So anyway, that's all I want to say. I think I might have to give young Tony another tongue lashing and let him know that he can't do my Dirty Red crew like that. So, yeah, y'all stay American and wait!
Dude, that was fantastic.
Thank you, AJ Cruz.
Let me just give a clap to the Mexican American Dream, dude. That was incredible.
Yeah, Steven,
which by the way,
he calls in all the time as that character.
Dude, yeah, no, 100%, dude. Real quick though, I mean, I benefited because it was going to be drafting during my show, so I was able to fully dive into the KNBR draft. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, so the situation, Steven, is that they're doing the KNBR fantasy draft and for baseball, and they decided to move the draft from like a reasonable time in the afternoon to 3:30, which is when Copes and Tim are on my show, and they got sidetracked and they have to do the show while also doing the draft, and it was done because the morning show wanted to go to the Giants luncheon today. So
okay. I'm still trying to figure out like what voice the Mexican American Dream was doing. I know it's Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
But that was a mix of I wrote it down. That was a mix of Shane Gillis in the Jamaican church sketch from Saturday Night Live.
Haven't seen that one.
Us child, me trying to listen to the word.
That's very good. That's very good.
The rich kids from South Park. Oh, Daddy.
Oh,
Daddy.
Yeah,
oh,
yes.
Daddy.
Oh, Daddy. Daddy.
Yes,
And then-
very
You
good.
want that, Daddy?
There was a little Jerry Jones in that too. So
A little bit of Jerry Jones.
There was all three mixed.
Gonna
in
slap
there.
you with a tortilla.
I was
dude.
wondering what the hell was going on there.
That's AJ Cruz, baby.
Incredible.
AJ Cruz, we
Incredible.
hope to see you at the Presidio tomorrow for this the Giants roundtable thing we're doing.
What a guy.
So let me ask you guys, just to get a little more focused on this this conversation we're having as it pertains to Giants baseball. What do you think was the biggest move of the offseason? And there was only a few. Willie Adames signing Justin Verlander, or Farhan Zaidi being fired and Buster Posey coming in?
Oh, I mean, see, there's something to all three of them, right? I think the consensus answer is going to be Willie Adames because he's going to be playing every day for you. He's on the left side of the infield. You gave him the long-term contract, the richest in Giants history. Like by definition of what you're asking, that's huge. But after reading that piece from Alden Gonzalez when he wrote about the rise of Buster Posey, like I never really. I guess it's just because life has gone by really quickly in these past 6 years. But damn, it really. Besides 2021, I guess it really felt like those 6 years were wasted because they did not get the right guy in the front office. Like, what was I should pull it up and I should have the exact quote in front of me, but he said something to the effect of there was no soul. There was no allure, I think was the other word used.
Both those words. Yep.
That is just, when I thought back on that, I'm like, man, it really was that bad. And it made me think back to like, I mean, I know there were some injuries that they had to deal with and everything, but it made me think, man, what would happen with, I don't know, that farm system? Did that impact the development of their younger prospects? I know a couple of them are called up now, but they're meant to have more than just Elliot Ramos and Tyler Fitzgerald. We don't know what Luis Matos is going to do, but there's meant to be more than that. Obviously, the Kyle Harrison thing as well. But that move, just hiring Farhan Zaidi, God, it's looming big time right now. It's put a lot of pressure on them, not to win a World Series this year, but to at least show that they could be competitive, because set the franchise back quite a few years and put them in a really difficult position. But if you're asking me like what the biggest offseason move was, yeah, it'd probably be the Adames signing.
I mean, Willie Adames, that's huge, because he's also somebody that, you talk about the heart and the soul and the heartbeat of this team. He brings that. Like, you can see that with him these last, if you were watching spring training, of course, but even in these last 2 games with the exhibition series, the dude is out there. He's having a good time. He's vibing with everybody on the field. He's vibing with the fans. That's kind of like if we want to go back to the championship years, that's a Pablo Sandoval-esque. Like he was bringing that type of positive energy to the ball club, and over 162, man. That is needed. Like you need guys that have that type of upbeat. You need those Pablo Sandovals. You need those Hunter Pence type guys that just bring the energy every single day. So yeah, Steven, Willie Adames is a great selection, but I'm going to go to the beginning of this offseason, before Willie Adames, before Justin Verlander, and hell, if we want to even tie together Matt Chapman's deal getting done, because that was a Buster Posey thing. Farhan was in office at that point, but it was a deal done by Buster Posey.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So you're looking at Buster Posey coming in here and doing those huge signings, just revamp that whole left side of the infield with Matt Chapman and Willie Adames. And there seems to be a direction now, right? You look back, and what Steven said in the last 6 years, it was soulless. There was nothing, even with the 107. Go back and look and remember that year. It was great in the moment, but you can't tell me like that you had a connection with that team. They won 107 games. That's pretty much the only thing that you can kind of go off on. It was really exciting during that time frame.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, like that's got to be the most exciting season you guys have had in probably 10 years.
It was an exciting season, right? It was a great ride, but when you go back and look at it, it felt like there was no soul to it. It was just like, something that just happened. You know what I mean? Like it just happened, and then we forgot about it. You know what I mean?
They ended up losing in the playoffs to the Dodgers. So who really cares about what they did in that regular? Sure, there were some fun moments, but actually most of them were against the Dodgers, if I remember right.
Yep.
Like what really kind of was the springboard for that run they went on in that second half of the season wasn't like it. Didn't Mike Tauchman hit like a grand slam against the Dodgers or have some crazy series? I remember this.
Oh yeah, dude, that series was crazy. He hit a grand slam, and then I remember I want to say it was the same year that he robbed the homer from Albert Pujols in LA. So that was pretty like a tone setter there. So a lot of good memories in that season, but it's just, there wasn't the lovable characters. Like I feel going into this season, and obviously the season hasn't happened yet, but going into this season, you got the guys that you want to root for. You got obviously, Willie Adames. You have a Jung-Hoo Lee that I think a lot of people are excited about. If we can get a full season out of him, you have Matt Chapman, you have Patrick Bailey. The list goes on about all the guys now that you can put a face to these Giants. You could put a number that you want to put on your back. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's solely because of Buster Posey. He's bringing back what it means to be a San Francisco Giant. He's bringing back a little bit of that swagger that they used to have when they were winning championships. So I think that's huge, and it's a tone setter, man. This spring, if we were to know anything about the Farhan era, Landon Roop could have gone out there and dominated, and he could have still started the year in Sacramento because of the name and the luster. And this was a first round draft pick, and I got to ride with my guy because he's a freaking idiot, because that's just how Farhan operated, man. So now you're looking at this team. They went out there, they competed, and now they're being rewarded for that. Point blank. And what year was that, Steven, that they started in New York on opening day? What year was that? Was that 2022?
2023.
2023.
Yeah.
2023.
Aaron Judge hit the home run right on the first at bat.
Yeah, but just going back to
Arson
you
Judge.
know with Arson Judge, thank you. But just going back to that time period with Farhan, I know it's a minimal name and people aren't going to be up in arms about it, but David VR won the third base spot. He was announced the opening day starter at third base for the Giants. He won the job, and then what better way than to shut down any type of confidence that he has than to be pulled and substituted for Wilmer Flores. It's like, dude, how do you go out there and win a job and you're not rewarded for that on opening day in New York at Yankee Stadium? That just wouldn't happen under Buster Posey. So I think that's the huge difference moving forward in the organization for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw the news, I mean, I knew that Giants fans were going to be overjoyed. It happened simultaneously with Farhan getting fired, and I thought that was interesting because it was just like pretty much like, don't let the door hit you on the way out, Farhan. Like, now we're bringing in the good news. And initially I thought, like, damn, okay, so they're doing this for a lot of good PR, which I don't blame them because there hasn't been a lot of it lately. And bringing in Buster Posey, it brings the vibes back. It's kind of like, you know, nostalgia, or like South Park, like, remember when Buster Posey was here? I remember. but it also coincides with them being very different, and, you know, them finally solidifying, getting a shortstop and Willie Adames. I don't think Farhan would ever touch Justin Verlander. I think that maybe Farhan would have gotten the deal done with Corbin Burns, but then he would have had to do the opt-out. And that's the one thing I'm a little concerned about is Buster Posey kind of stuck in his, you know, his ways of being like, the Giant way is you want to be here for the long haul. You're not going to opt out. Willie Adames signed for 7 years. You don't want to be here, Corbin Burns? Then fine. We're not signing you. And I know, Walter, you were all about that move and you wanted that to happen. And I think Justin Verlander is a good pivot, but they probably could have benefited from a younger pitcher with Blake Snell leaving. But yeah, I mean, just listening to everybody talk, like, it's funny listening to all of the interviews during spring training, because from Bob Melvin to everybody just being like, yeah, the vibes are different this year. We got the vibes. It's a breath of fresh air. Like, it just feels good. And no one's being honest. They're saying, like, Farhan's not here to damper the mood. So I do think it's a step in the right direction. I wonder how it's going to be. Like, when Buster was introduced as president of baseball operations, he, you know, singled out, like, I don't want to see the Dodgers winning World Series anymore. I don't want to see the Padres and the Diamondbacks being better than us in this division. And I believe he thinks that way. But if you're going to compete with those teams, I think eventually you're going to have to spend. Or if it pans out this season with the way they're going about it, then you can go about things the old way. But I do wonder eventually how Buster Posey is going to be as a front office executive when it's time to, you know, go after big name stars. And he definitely has the cachet to convince those guys to come to San Francisco. But is he going to do it his way, like that he learned from, you know, Brian Sabian and everybody from that era?
I also wonder if he's going to pull the trigger at the trade deadline. I think that's going to be one of the big tests in his first season, is what he looks like there, because Farhan, it always felt like it would come down to the wire and you'd think he'd make these moves and it would just be some small time move. And, you know, you'd land some players who kind of gave you more than what you were valuing them in the first place, like Lamont Wade Jr., for example. That trade with Sean Anderson, they paid off, but those weren't exactly superstar types of moves. And I just wonder if they're at the point in the season where it's like, oh man, they got something cooking here. Like they're right in that spot where it's like, maybe they're not competing with the Dodgers. The Dodgers are far and away, but they're right there in the thick of the National League wild card. Is he going to pull the trigger and make some moves there? And if that's going to have some sort of an impact. And I wonder, you know, you kind of use the word compete. And, you know, that's the thing about Buster, is he wants to get those competitive juices flowing again. And it's a different way of doing it. But, you know, and I do think, Derek, we talked about it when Farhan was here, and it was a little unfair with, you know, saying that he's not some guy who grew up as like a guy who played college and played the pros and was a star at every level. Like, and it was kind of becoming a little, you know, bullyish the way that people were talking about him at times. But there is a difference in the level of competitive fire that these guys have, because, like, they were professional athletes at one point, and this guy ended up winning a World Series. So I wonder if that's going to play into it. Maybe he, I don't know, overplays his hand at times and maybe gets too aggressive. I don't know. There's a lot of factors, man. And God, I'm actually just getting excited looking down at the lineup. If Elliot Ramos pans out and Jung-Hoo Lee too, Matt Chapman and Willie Adames are solid there on the left side of the infield. If Tyler Fitzgerald gives you anything, I don't know what's going to happen with Bryce Eldridge, if he can become a full-time guy. Obviously, you got Patrick Bailey in the backstop there. They could make a little bit of noise. I'm not saying they're going to win the West, but yeah, it's not looking too bad right now.
They could be a sneaky pick, man. They really can be a sneaky pick, and obviously the games haven't started yet, and we're talking about this team on March, right? But what's the formula? What's been preached to us all since the championships and since Buster has taken over? Pitching and defense. I don't see a big liability, hence everybody healthy, right? I was freaking out a little bit with Jung-Hoo Lee in that back, but glad to see that he's out there 2 consecutive days three consecutive days, because he was playing today as well. So he's probably going to be a go in Cincinnati. But you look around the diamond, there's not really defensively. There's not a liability out there anymore. Looking back to years past, hell, dude, last year we couldn't figure out what the hell was going on with shortstop. We couldn't figure out what was going on with second base. First base might be the only one that obviously you'd want to upgrade with the bat, but defensively as well. Lamont Wade will get the job done, and Wilmer Flores, I think that's a problem when he's out there.
Lamont Wade is Scott Hatterberg. I think that's who Lamont Wade is. Is that too harsh? Is that too harsh? Guy who gets on. He gets on.
That's a great comp. I think that's
a
a great comp. Yeah. He's not the traditional first baseman, but just defensively, when you go out there and you look all around the diamond, you look in the field, they look much improved than last year. And then when you look to the starters, that's what they're going to do too. They're going to pitch and they're going to play defense. And I think a lot of people are being a little hard on Jordan Hicks. I do think that he's going to have a good year this year. I don't know how long that's going to last. Like, can he get into August, into September? That's why he put on the 17 pounds. It's going to be really interesting to see that. But he's a competitor, man. Just to see his final outing of the quote unquote spring tonight, and he was in the 6th inning and he was sitting around like 60, 70 pitches. But he was dialing up 98, 99 with the sinker. So it's like you're seeing that velocity with him. Obviously, that's something that tailed off at the end of last year. But just Jordan Hicks is just one small cog, because even if he doesn't figure out, you got Hayden Birdsong, you got Landon Roop, you got Kyle Harrison at some point when he packs on the weight that he lost early in the spring. So they are a little deep at their pitching spots. They have a lot of guys that they can go with that I think is going to pay off in the long run of 162. And that can make this team really dangerous, to where that we will probably see those questions being asked this first trade deadline, Steven, in looking at how does Buster Posey operate as an executive? Because, as a player, he is competitive as hell, right? So is he going to take that same mentality into the trade deadline? Fans would probably appreciate it, but if you do have that ultra competitive and you go out there, you're taking risks, you have the opportunity to fall flat on your face sometimes. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they balance that. Maybe not this year, but going into the Buster Posey era. It's going to be really interesting to see that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're struggling at the deadline that Buster just starts selling off guys. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like Camilo Duvall is gone, or Yaz.
Yeah.
Or even Jordan Hicks if they feel like they have enough pitching depth. I don't know like how aggressive he will be at the deadline to add pieces, but if he knows this thing isn't working out, that I wouldn't be surprised if he just starts, selling the team off. But I want to get your guys' thoughts on what right now do you think is their strong suit going into the season? You brought up all the pitching, Walter. So do you guys think that right now you like the top of their lineup more with Willie Adames, Jung-Hoo Lee, Matt Chapman, Elian Ramos? Do you have more faith in the bats, or do you have more faith in the pitching right now?
Well, actually, I mean, if you're going to ask me that, I mean, you're telling me my favorite aspect. Walter actually stole it. It was the defense. I think defensively, they're pretty solid all around. And Yastrzemski
Yeah.
is a very serviceable right fielder. Like he's always kind of getting, chastised. It's almost like he's like the poster child for the Farhan Zaidi era. It's like, why are we sticking with Mike Yastrzemski? Why do we keep throwing him out there? Well, he's really good at right field. And then you put Jung-Hoo Lee and Elliot Ramos there. Like the defense, I think, is going to be what saves them games. But if I have more faith in anything other than the pitching, I might have to go with the lineup. I got to be honest. I really do. Like I love Logan Webb. Robbie Ray looked really good yesterday, and I actually forgot to hear, besides the Riley Green crack of the bat, did you hear Robbie Ray's grunts
dude.
around the Oracle Park?
Yeah,
Dude, I wasn't aware about it because I'd never seen him live, but yeah, Marcus was pointing out to me last night, and yeah, that guy, like a tennis player, just squeals and grunts his way through pitches.
Yep.
Dude, it's crazy.
Love it. Love to see it. Yeah.
I do like the top
Walter
of their
loves
lineup.
squealing.
I do like the top of their lineup a little more because, I think Chapman and Adames are going to bring the power. I think Jung-Hoo Lee and Elliot Ramos are very capable at getting on base. And I don't know if tonight's lineup is going to be any indicator of what it's going to look like, but Lamont Wade first, Willie Adames third or second, Jung-Hoo Lee third, Matt Chapman fourth, Ramos fifth, Bailey, Flores, Yastrzemski, Fitzgerald. I'm liking the top of that lineup right now. I mean, not to say I'm souring on the rotation, but I think that lineup can actually do some damage and put some runs on the board, man.
Yeah, no, Steven, I'm with you on that. I mean, the lineup is much improved. The one thing that I have concern about is what they're going to do with DH, and they'll figure it out, right?
Yeah.
But Ferrar Encarnacion, he was having himself a freaking spring, man.
Yeah.
He was going to be on this 26-man roster. He was going to be the DH primarily, but now he's not there. He's going to be gone for, I think they said 4 to 5 weeks with that left hand injury. So, I mean, that would make the lineup much more improved if he was there. And now you kind of expose Lamont Wade a little bit now, because if he's not going to be playing first base, well, then guess what? He's going to be the DH option, right? I mean, I think there's going to be a revolving door when it goes to DH. It'll be Wilmer, it'll be Lamont Wade, it'll be Elliot Ramos, maybe a Casey Schmidt if he makes the 26-man. So it's going to be really interesting to see that, what they do with the DH spot. But the lineup
Matos or Luciano?
No, I don't think Luciano would factor in at this point in the season. But if there's an injury, I would probably say it would be Grant McCray, then maybe Luis Matos. I feel like Luis Matos, just because, or I'm sorry, not Luis Matos, Luciano. Yeah. Because when you look to Luciano, he hasn't been doing too well with the bat. I know he hit a homer in the extended spring training like a couple days ago or something like that. I saw that on Twitter. But he just doesn't have a position that he can play. So it's just kind of a guy. He's kind of like a Blake Sable, right? Like he has a decent bat, we think, but he can't really play anywhere. So how do you have him as a especially at his age? How do you have him as a DH? You know what I mean? Right. So it'll be really, to see how this lineup just continues to turn over. But going back to Steven with that lineup that we saw tonight, I mean, that's going to be the opening day lineup, right? I mean, you're going to have Lamont Wade Jr. It all works if Lamont Wade Jr. is there. If he's not there, then that becomes a big issue. Then you have to maybe move Jung-Hoo Lee out of the 3 spot. You put him in the leadoff spot. I don't know how they do that if Lamont Wade Jr. isn't there, but that's the thing that concerns me now, is because with the DH, he's going to get more opportunity to be in there and run around the bases. And what's the big problem with Lamont Wade? He can't keep his lower half healthy. That's always been his issue. So the more that he's exposed to that, the more that I get a little concerned. I was all for him getting everyday reps last year because he was an on-base machine. I mean, that's what he does. He does what you'd want like your second baseman to do, right? You get on base and you keep the chess pieces moving. Yeah. But with someone with his injury history, it does make you a little bit concerned. So yeah, on paper right now with how they look, if Lamont Wade Jr. can get on there and set the table for Willie Adames and for Jung-Hoo Lee and Matt Chapman, it can be a pretty decent lineup, but you also have to keep in the back of your mind, like, dude, he's going to get hurt at some point. So then what happens then? Then you got to go to Grant McCray, who can't hit himself to get on base. So I don't know, man. Going back to your question, Derek, really quick, I'll wrap up because we do have somebody else calling in on the phone line. I'll get to there. But really quickly, the strength of this team, I do think, is the pitching. I think that regardless of how good this offense can put out runs and if they can, I don't think that this is an offense that can go bash with the best of them. You know what I mean? So how they win is that they have to keep the damage to a minimum, and that starts with the starting pitching, but also the pitching group as a whole. I think that they have a really good starting rotation, but I think that bullpen is going to be a force this year. When you look at, I mean, the back end with Ryan Walker, I think Camilo Doval is going to have a freaking massive year this year because a lot of the pressure, the demons that he was exercising or had to deal with in the ninth inning, I feel like that's not going to be as big of a thing for him anymore. So I think that he's going to excel in his new role as a high leverage bullpen guy. And then Yoel Peguero, I really hope that he's on this 26-man roster because that dude has been, I mean, he throws strikes. What do you want out of a guy that comes out of the bullpen? You want a guy that throws strikes. He only walked one guy all spring long, dude.
He was throwing some heat.
He throws some heat. So and he can paint the corners, you know what I mean? So he looks pretty damn good. So again, just going to the strengths, pitching all around, starting and the bullpen. For sure. But let's go out to the phone line real quick. Yeah, because we do have somebody on the phone. They've been waiting for 6 minutes and 30 seconds. And let's go out to the phone line. I believe we got Ernie. Ernie 2, I think, is on the line. What's up, Ernie?
New era?
Hey, yo, what's up, fellas?
Yo. What up, Ernie? Sorry,
Good to talk to you guys.
It's always great to talk to you, man. Sorry I couldn't make it out to the Roots game on Saturday.
It's all right. I didn't even end up going because the ticket prices went up.
Well, geez. Well, why'd you invite me?
Well, you said no.
I guess that is fair. I
would have bought the tickets if you would have said yes, but since you said no, I was like, well, never mind.
That does make sense.
It was Derek's fault.
Yeah. Sorry, Ernie.
Basically, hey, I mean, at least Derek said no. He didn't say maybe. I'm like,
Okay, all right. You want me to hang up on you, Rockin'? Relax.
So what's your question?
It was nice to talk to you guys.
What's up, bro? How you doing tonight?
All right. Just got food right now. Just picked up Crazy Chicken, a.k.a. Pollo Loco.
Oh, hell
nice.
Yeah, dude. Derek, you get down with some Pollo Loco? You like that?
Oh, you know I do, Walter.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, Steven gives it a massive thumbs up. You didn't see that, Rockin', but he loves the Pollo Loco.
Is Derek more of a Nations guy or a Habit burger guy?
I'm more of a Dave's Hot Chicken because it's right in the street corner of where I live.
But not a taco stand, Derek. Not a taco stand.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah.
The taco stand.
Yeah, no, that might be a problem in the summertime if they come back and play their music way too damn loud at 3:00 in the morning. Keeping me up at night. Anyway,
I was telling Walter didn't know about that story.
I didn't. We'll have to talk about that off pod. We'll definitely get into that for sure.
I think I told Walter.
But no, I don't know if you told me. It sounds like a real.
They were
or a different story. Yeah.
They were just, they were outside my apartment and they were just blasting music at 3 a.m. and I'm cool with selling the tacos, but by all means, gentlemen, it's Sunday night at 3 a.m. Lower the music. And I hate being that obnoxious white guy now in my life.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, Rockin', real quick, dude. We'll ask you a Giants question, man. How you feeling about the team? How you feeling about the Giants this year?
I'm more excited than I've been the past 3 years, to be honest. Since Farhan took over, I've mentioned it, but I just kind of been out of the Giants. I haven't really been paying attention. I didn't like the yo-yoing of the lineup. I just didn't buy in, to be honest. But this year, with Posey taking over got me more excited. You guys talking about it has got me excited. Derek being a Giants fan has got me excited.
All right, stop that.
So I'm pretty optimistic. I'm looking forward to the season, and I think they'll do pretty good. I think they'll barely make the playoffs. But yeah, I'm excited overall. I'm actually looking forward to opening day, which I haven't looked forward to in the past, 4 or 5 seasons now.
All right.
Nice, dude. I respect it. What's your win total, Rockin'? How many wins? I'm sure we'll give
84.
What?
84.
84?
84 is enough to make the playoffs?
Yeah. Well, let's see. The Diamondbacks, I think.
All right.
Even though they picked up the pitcher, I don't think they'll do that good, to be honest. And then Colorado's Colorado.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. 84. That's
and Dodgers
Yep.
Dodgers are going to run away with it.
Yeah. No doubt.
We'll see, Rockin'. Well, dude, hey, appreciate you calling in, bro. And we got to link up all of us here on the podcast and Rockin', everybody else in the chat too. Otis, Patty, got to link up for a Giants game.
Agreed.
Won't be able to make it tomorrow because it's all the way in the Presidio, and I have to travel to make it out there. But I'll be there for the draft party, though.
All right,
All right.
Dude, yeah, we'll
All right,
we'll see you
Rocket.
at the
Sounds
draft
good, man.
Party. All right, bro.
I appreciate it, fellas. Good night.
Oh man, 84 wins. Let's kind of go on that. I don't think that gets it done, right? I don't think that gets it done
No.
for the playoffs.
Not to make the playoffs, no.
No, not at all. The last wild card team to get in last year, they all had 89 win seasons, and we're talking like or excuse me. Yeah, no, I'm right. Okay, yeah, 89 win season. We're talking the Braves, Mets, Diamondbacks. Eesh, not good.
Yeah, I mean, we could go through our expectations for the season.
Did
but,
he say that because he's rocking New Era 84?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That's a good point, Steven.
Look at Steven reading the tea leaves. Look at that.
Yeah.
Solving crimes out here,
I
Steven.
don't know, dude.
Solving crimes. No, but like, what are your expectations for this season, guys? Because I think that they'll grow as a team. I think that 84 wins sounds reasonable, but them making the playoffs with 84 wins, no. I think that right now you have to look at the National League and just see how competitive it is. And obviously the Dodgers are most likely going to be your number 1 seed. I think that you have to look at each division and be like right now, or even in their own division. I think Dodgers obviously are better than them. I think Diamondbacks are better than them. I think the Padres are better than them. I think the Mets are better than them. I think the Phillies are better than them. I think the Braves are better than them. I think.
All right, Derek.
No, I'm just being real here. Like Cubs, Brewers.
You're listing off every team in the National League.
But am I wrong, Walter?
I mean, you got a point.
I mean, the other day, like I was talking to Copes, like the team that they're facing on opening day, I would say that they're in that tier. They're with the Cincinnati Reds. They're who else in the National League right now?
Pretty much everyone in the Central is what you're
Yeah.
saying. Is what the Giants are on par with. Everyone in the Central,
Yeah.
minus the Cubs.
Yeah. Would you agree with that, Steven? That they're not better than most teams in the National League right now?
Well, yeah, of course, but you never know. Like on paper, they're not. But like, I'm not just gonna go into this season thinking, oh hell, we're worse than everybody. So I'm just gonna. I don't really care. Like whatever. I just can't. I can't think that way, Derek. That's just not how my mind operates. The word that we haven't even talked about yet, vibes.
You homers.
What are you talking about, dude? We're talking about vibes, all right?
Yeah, bro.
You got your guys.
I brought up the vibes. The vibes are immaculate right now. Shout out Austin Scott.
Exactly. You got your boy Austin.
VIBES vibes.
You got passion for the pastime going on. I'm feeling good about the vibes around this team, Derek. Though, do I think they're going to be a playoff team? No, I think they're probably going to go like 5 games over 500 and might have like a 86 and 76 record, which is fine. But that's probably not going to get it done in the National League. If they were in the American League, it'd be a little different. But this is the National League that we're talking about. And you're right, there are a lot of very good teams. And really, if they're going to want a chance, all those guys we mentioned, God, you're going to have to see them like playing at an all-star level almost. And that may be the most obvious statement of all. Like, that's me being Captain Obvious. That's me basically saying, hey, they have to play really well if they want to win. Like, no shit. but have you guys watched Drive to Survive at all?
Not yet.
Not
no,
yet.
I haven't seen it. No,
It's on my list, Steven. It's on my list.
Well, there's one of these writers who says literally the most obvious things. It's like the first practice of 2025. This really shows what you have on the grid. It like he's trying to make something epic when it's really the most obvious. These Giants have to play well, really good if they want to win games. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now. But that's where I'm feeling like 5 games over 500. I'm hoping for that. Like, and show that you have a core. Show that they're established because you got them locked up long term. Like Jung-Hoo Lee and Logan Webb and Matt Chapman, Willie Adames, obviously, who we've talked about a lot. And then I don't know if Elliot Ramos is on his way to a long-term deal. Like you got some pieces here. Now, can you build around those pieces, or do they falter and you kind of have to do a reset, which you don't want to do because their minor league system's not really good right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe that's, I don't know if that's high expectations, but I'm thinking 5 games over 500.
No, I mean, I think that's reasonable expectations. Walt, what were your expectations?
Oh, my expectation. I would love for them to make the playoffs, but
Well, of course.
I mean, well, yeah, that's what we're always playing for, right? We want to get to the playoffs. We want to make some noise. I think I'm kind of in the tier with Steven. I mean, 5 games over 500. I would take it maybe a tier above that, maybe closer to 87, 80, 88 games is what they can do. You know, I want them to finish above 500. I don't necessarily need them to make the playoff. I just need to see growth. I need to see growth from all these guys. Like last year, I didn't see any growth from Kyle Harrison. And look at the situation that we're in right now. I didn't see any growth from last year to now. Like Kyle Harrison is a guy that was supposed to be the core of this team, right? He was supposed to be that next wave of Giants moving forward. So I just want to see growth from these guys. Like I don't necessarily care about the play. If they get into the playoffs, great. If they're competitive and I see growth from these guys, and I'm talking Jung-Hoo Lee, because we're putting a lot of pressure on Jung-Hoo Lee and we're putting a lot of pressure on Elliot Ramos. At least Elliot Ramos has been in the majors for a little bit longer than Jung-Hoo Lee. Jung-Hoo Lee has 2 months. We don't know what this guy is, and he just got a massive contract coming over from the KBO. So right. I want to see growth from him. I mean, I am very optimistic on Jung-Hoo Lee and what he can do and his type of game. But I want to see him reach that quote unquote superstar status that the Giants organization thought that they were getting when they made that move, right? I mean, it wasn't a Buster move. It was the Farhan regime, right? But they believe in this guy. They want to see him take it another step. I want to see him try to steal more bases, because that wasn't in his KBO repertoire, but that's something that the Giants coaches with Tyler Fitzgerald and with Jung-Hoo Lee, like they've been talking about getting more speed on the base paths. So I would love to see just these guys take strides to being major leaguers and making them get better every single year. That's what I care about.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, Steven.
Well, just a random one too is just get some wins at home. In the past 5 years, they had their worst record at Oracle Park. I think they were 42-39 in home games last year. If my math is my math's correct, they're 81, 42, 39. Yeah, 42-39. That was their worst home season they've had in quite a while. So improve in that regard. Like, give the fans something to watch. Like, make those people feel like it's worth spending however much they're going to spend on the 98-ounce popcorn bat. Give these people something.
That's a weapon, by the way. That's a total weapon.
Give these people, dude, it might be. Give these people something, man.
Can't wait for Dodger games, bro. That's going to be crazy.
No.
Easy, Walter. You have a record.
Be insane. Yeah, thank you.
I'll
behave myself. I'll behave
myself.
myself.
Out there like mimicking a batting stance as I'm with the bat, you know? Can you refill that and then like bring it home and then take it back?
We never got that answer, and I'm assuming no, but maybe.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Come on. It's a souvenir
like
bat.
unlimited refills at like Marine World. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I want that. I want that for sure. Yeah.
I mean, does any stadium have that policy where you can take a cup that gives you free refills for the day and then bring it back at another game and then you get the same refill? Although how could they tell really?
That's what I was gonna say. Is there gonna be like a scan code for like that day? Like I don't know. Like how would they know?
I think we found a loophole. We just
so there you go, Giants fans.
Can you fill it with anything? That's the next question. Can you fill it with anything? Can you get a soda? Can you get a IPA in it, or is it just popcorn?
Oh God! Oh man! Can you fill that thing with IPA? Jesus!
Yeah, come on. They got the beer batter in San Jose. Come on.
Okay. All right. Okay. So there you go, Giants fans. We found a loophole. If you want to rip off the owners of the Giants, just bring this bat to the yard.
Some dude's gonna try sneaking it in his pants. Is that a popcorn bat in your pants? Or are you just happy to see me?
I'm just excited for Giants baseball. My name's Adam Copeland.
Wait, Derek, how many wins do you think they get, Derek?
I'm gonna say the example I was gonna give is I think they're gonna win 88 games. I think that the best case scenario for them is to have to replicate the 2009 team. And that team, I mean, you guys know better than I do. That was the team that was young, that was growing, and then next year they turned into something. And they had Randy Johnson, veteran pitcher, last season of his career. And I think Justin Verlander will pitch more to get to 300 wins. But yeah, I think that his presence will help them out. Even though he kind of seems like not the best like camaraderie guy. I don't know. Am I wrong on that, guys? Where I feel like he just kind of like keeps to himself. Like I don't know. Like the interview I got when he was introduced, and then when he was talking to John Miller, just kind of seems like he's not really like a fun guy. He's just kind of strictly business, and you expect that from a guy that's almost pitched for 20 seasons. But I don't know. It doesn't like he'll be a good leader in the clubhouse, but it doesn't seem like a guy that will joke around with the team. Maybe.
I disagree. I actually think Verlander's really funny.
All right, fair enough.
You've seen him in mic'd up stuff. He's willing to do that.
All right, Walter.
I don't know too much about Justin Verlander and how he goes about it. I haven't heard that he is a bad teammate. How about that? I haven't heard that he's a bad teammate.
Okay. And that's something I want to get into as well. But as far as my expectations, yeah, I see them. It's not like they'll have a terrible season. I just think that, like everyone in the chat is like, Derek, you're being so negative. I'm just being real, guys. Like, if I'm not going to be a homer when it comes to talking about the Giants. I think they're going to have a very good season. I think they're going in the right direction. But you can't deny that there's so many teams in the National League that are better than them right now. And I think it's baby steps. They'll grow and they'll be a good team in time. But if I had to say right now, in the first year of Buster Posey and kind of an evaluation season, I think 88 wins would be awesome. And then you're going we'll see where it goes. And Steven, to your point, like you want to see them win more home games. How about this for you? How about winning more one-run games? Last year, you know what the Giants' record was when it comes to one-run games? 24-82.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The only team that was worse than them was the team they'll be playing on opening day, the Reds. They had the worst record in baseball when it came to one-run games. They were 15-85.
Jesus. So they played it. They played in about 100 one-run games last year. Is that what you're telling me with that record?
It sounds like it.
Jesus Christ. Well, see that's where you get into 2021 when they won 107. They won all those games. They won all the one-run games and they won late. So yeah, man. I mean, if the pitching keeps them in the games, that I think that's a big part of it, because last year the starting pitching wasn't as good as advertised last year. I mean, they had a lot of issues with the starters, and then the bullpen was just overtaxed, man. I mean, the bullpen was just way overused last year. So I don't think that was a formula for success.
What?
Sorry, I think my internet was slowing down for a second.
Oh,
you good?
Freaking me out.
You guys got me for a second?
What? I got you.
You got me? Okay, cool.
I thought you were just listening intently. I thought you were just you were zoned in. I thought.
Oh, I'm always zoned. Walter, you and I are always lost in conversation when you give me a ride home, and then I miss my exit, and we go the wrong way.
We end up in Sacramento. Yeah, we end up in Sacramento. Go watch.
Speaking of which, Danny Dunn's asking if how I'm getting to the Presidio tomorrow, if he could get a lift. If you come to the studio, I'm sure Tim Wegg can give you a lift with us to the place. Danny, come on through.
Hell yeah,
Nice.
dude.
Danny
Nice.
asking
That's
for
also,
rides.
Derek, that's how you spell Presidio. I noticed on our little X account that you put Persidio, like Persi. Yeah.
Presidio.
Look, all I have to do is say things correctly, not write things correctly. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair
Derek,
enough.
spell Lafayette. Spell Lafayette, Derek.
So Walter, you made an interesting point with the pitching, and my thing
Okay.
is the pitching. Here's
Yeah.
my thing. I do think their strong suit will be this top of the lineup. I do think that Willie Adames will be awesome. I mean, shit, did he? I think he tied Ken Griffey Jr.'s record for 3-run homers in a season last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I mean, he's going to be stealing bases. But I like him. I mean, I just like the top of that lineup. Matt Chapman's been awesome in spring training. Who knows if that translates to the regular season? But Matt Chapman's been a pro. I think he's gonna have an all-star season along with Elliot Ramos, Jung-Hoo Lee. Hopefully he stays healthy. I have more faith in those guys, honestly, than I mean, obviously Logan Webb's been awesome, and hopefully he pitches 200 innings again. But I don't know about Robbie Ray. I don't know about Justin Verlander. Their age and their injuries, I mean, more so the age with Justin Verlander, kind of scare me. Jordan Hicks, yeah, I mean, I think he'll be awesome when the season starts, but then he might lose steam, and then you might have to put him back at the bullpen. You're talking about a lot of young aces in Landon Roop and Hayden Birdsong, but I mean, are we really gonna like? Do you really trust them for the longevity of the season? So I think there's more questions with the starting rotation, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it sounded like Walter was going more with the bullpen, right? Like on the back end of that. If they do end up, only lasting 3 or 4 innings, I mean, if you get to 5, 6, 7, then that's okay in my estimation. But if you're only out there for 3 or 4, that's when you can get into real trouble. And it sounded like, I don't know if I'm just putting words in your mouth there, Walter, but it sounded like he was more high on like the bullpen and them being able to keep them in games rather. Cause I do agree with that at the top of the starting rotation, but that's what makes baseball fun, Derek. The mystery of it all. You never know.
It's a beautiful mystery, man. How could you not be romantic about the mystery of baseball?
Mm-hmm. That's
right.
The exact quote.
Yeah, no, I do think that, I mean, yeah, what Steven was getting to, I did say that the starting rotation would be the strength of this team, but even to add it just as a whole encompassing group is just the pitchers are going to keep this Giants team in baseball games.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the starters, that's the bullpen. I think just all of them working together as a machine in unison, I think will keep this team from falling too behind and having to score 4, 5, 6, 7 runs when we know that they can't do that.
And shout out my guy Lou Trevino making the team. Hasn't pitched in baseball for like 2 seasons now.
Yeah, how about that, dude? How about that?
Nice. Bob Melvin getting the gang together again. Matt Chapman, Lou Trevino, awesome. All
your guys. Yeah, it's all your guys.
All my favorite days going to the Giants. Speaking of the bullpen, just real quick.
Jason Isringhausen.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a minute. Just real quick, do you guys think it's weird that there's only one lefty in the bullpen with Eric Miller?
I don't actually. I'll start off really quick, Steven, and then I'll toss it to you. But I don't think that it's weird, just because I think that the matchups thing has kind of run its course to a point because of the 3-batter minimum now in Major League Baseball. You got to have guys that can get people out on both sides of the plate. Now, would I love to see another lefty in the bullpen? Of course, you want to have a little bit of balance to where Eric Miller is now going to be, if there's a spot in the lineup where you have a couple of lefties coming up, he's going to be that guy that you turn to. But this Giants team, they have a lot of guys that can go out there, compete, and can get guys out on both sides of the plate. So I feel like when you look at it in that aspect, I'm not too concerned about it because, again, with the 3-batter minimum, you have to go out there and you have to compete against everybody. Now, obviously, the analytics and lefties against righties and righties against lefties, obviously, you want to go lefty and righty because of the numbers. But if you're looking at it just from a competition standpoint, I do think that this Giants bullpen does have a lot of guys that they don't pitch to a particular side of the plate better than another. They get outs, and that's what their role is in the bullpen. So I'm not too concerned about that. Would I want another lefty in the bullpen? Yes, but I'm not concerned about it going into it now.
I think I kind of like that answer because Walter, we're mind melding,
Melting in the minds.
It's like,
oh yeah,
it's kind of like in the draft with taking the best player available,
Yep.
Who would you rather have, like one for a positional need, or are you taking the best player available? Some teams are in that conundrum, and bullpens are now with that 3-batter minimum. I totally agree with you. I'm just biased because I want my guy Joey Lucchesi in there because he was on my travel team back in the day. I need him there.
Dude, by the way, I caught a foul ball from Joey Lucchesi a couple of years ago. I was in the third deck, bro. He hit one back when kids listen up. Back when pitchers were hitting, sounded like Murph. Back when pitchers were hitting, he popped
this
one
day
up.
In Giants history, Walter talks about when pitchers hit.
Yeah, you remember when pitchers hit kids? But yeah, no.
When they hit kids,
I caught a foul. Thank you. I caught a foul ball in the third deck of all places, and it just popped in my hand. I actually have it saved in my closet. I don't have it within arm's reach, but yeah, I saved it. I even wrote on it Joey Lucchesi, not on the ball, but I wrote a little piece of paper, Joey Lucchesi. I have the date and everything.
Oh, nice. Did you catch it barehanded?
I caught it barehanded with a beer in my hand.
Damn. Whoa, that's badass,
Yeah.
Walt. Jesus, he's better friends than you are, Steven.
Caught it with my left. Although that's the natural ball that you catch it with if you're a righty, but it's lefty.
Much better.
You shared a connection.
Yeah, much better than what I did. Yeah, almost.
It's like I know him better. Yeah,
almost let a baseball hit a child because a little baby actually that probably would have actually killed the baby. It was off the bat of Darren Ruff. It was a long story. Oh.
Yeah, Steven told that story on the podcast a few years ago where he thought he was going to be on SportsCenter because he moved out of the way of a foul ball and that ball almost hit a baby.
It came at me and I didn't realize what I did, but I moved my hand out the way because it was coming hard and pause. It was a missile. And,
it was penetrating fast. It was penetrating fast.
Correct.
You had to think on your feet. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, easy guys. A baby was involved in the story. Good Lord.
Luckily, the guy's friend was there to save the baby, and he put his hand out and he got there. But yeah, I went back on YouTube TV. I went on my app just to make sure because that would have been something picked up everywhere had that actually been caught on camera. But it wasn't. The camera got to me late. It was, oh boy.
So basically,
Jesus.
So basically, think about it.
So basically, you were Jim letting Michael Scott fall in the koi pond.
Much worse. Much worse. Yeah. I still can't get over it, dude. I'm gonna bring a glove. I'm gonna start bringing a glove again. I don't know if that's a weird thing for a grown man to do that, but I'm gonna bring a glove. I got to bring a glove back.
Okay.
All
right. Note to self: don't let Steven babysit,
dude.
His own children, his own future children.
I'm very nervous.
All right. So we all would think that it'd be a great season for the Giants to make the playoffs, obviously. But let's be real right now. Let's go through each division and who we think is going to win the division, and in the end, who wins the World Series. So let's go through it real quick. Who do you guys got winning the NL West when it all comes down to it? Giants?
No.
All right. Moving on from that one. We all know Dodgers.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it, Derek. We all know.
Okay. NL Central. Who you guys got?
Oh boy. I think they're probably a shoe-in, but just considering they added one of the best players available in Kyle Tucker, I guess I'd go the Cubs.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the Cubs too. I do think that there is a chance because the Central is always freaking wide open every single year. I do think that there's a chance that the Reds make some noise. I don't know if they take the crown from the NL Central from the Cubs, but I do think that there's going to be a 2-team race as it always is in the NL Central. Cubs and Reds, but I do think the Cubs come out on top.
Yeah, I got the Cubs winning as well. So Walter, do you think the Reds are better than the Giants right now?
Ooh.
I think that they have. Yeah, I think that they have a better overall team right
Yeah.
now. Given that they have Ellie De La Cruz on that team, I mean, dude, I'd give up half of this Giants roster for Ellie De La Cruz. So yeah, no, the Reds, they're in a good situation right now. They're in a good situation.
All right. Then we got the NL East. Who you guys got?
Ooh.
I mean, that's a toss up. But
Yeah.
you know what? The Phillies. I'll go with the Phillies.
Ooh,
I got the Phillies as well. I got the Phillies as well.
Well, damn. I'm going Mets. I'm going Mets.
Ooh, meet the Mets.
I think the Mets. I think you have two playoff teams in the NL Central.
Ooh, not three. Okay,
not three.
So then, who are your guys' wild card teams?
So I'll be going with the. God damn it! How many wild card teams are there again?
Three
wild card teams.
I'll be going with the Braves.
Yep.
I'll be going with the Diamondbacks, begrudgingly, and yeah, I think I might have to go with the Mets.
I got the three same teams. If I had to put them in order as far as who I think is going to have 1 through 6 in standings, I'll go Dodgers, Phillies, Cubs, Braves, Mets, D-backs.
Oy.
All right, I'm gonna go. The number 1 wild card will be the Phillies. The number 2 wild card will be the Diamondbacks.
Okay.
And the number 3 wild card will be the Giants.
Ooh, look at you!
Oh.
I'll say the Giants get into the postseason.
There we go.
All right. Let's go over to the American League. Who you guys got winning the AL Central?
Walter, you can go first.
AL Central. I'll probably go with the Guardians, to be honest.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Didn't they lose a lot of guys?
Did they?
I believe they did. And then
I don't know if they did. They still got Jose Ramirez over there, dude. They got
I don't know, but
over
Buster only told me that in the podcast.
I mean, they could have. I don't know what the state of their what their pitching is like right now, but I'm gonna go with the Guardians. Guardians always it doesn't matter who's on their team. They seem to just always be a competitive team. They're kind of like the Rays of the Central. They'll always be competitive. So I'll still ride with my pick. I'll go with the Guardians.
All right, there you go, Steven.
Yeah, the Twins are favored, but I just don't trust them to stay healthy at all if they're going to rely on Correa and Buxton. But I'm actually going to go with the Tigers. I just think they're going to surprise some people this year.
There you go. I'm going with the Kansas City Royals.
Ooh, the Royals.
I got the Royals as your AL Central winners.
How about that?
All right, who you guys like in the AL West?
It's a toss-up again, but I'll just go Stros. Just to default.
Okay. Walt?
We don't think the A's are going to do anything?
I think they'll make some noise this year, but it'll be lost in the city of Sacramento. No, I don't see them as a playoff team.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's easy to go Stros, right? It's easy to go Stros. Yeah. I want to say the Rangers, but I'll probably go Stros.
Come on, guys.
Probably go Stros. I'm sorry.
No, I'm putting my nuts on the table. I'm saying Rangers. Rangers win the division.
Wow.
How about this?
Really? All right.
I got the Astros not even making the playoffs.
Wow. Damn.
Well, Kyle Tucker gone, Alec Bregman gone. Come on.
That's ballsy.
Yeah, that Alex Bregman.
All right. You even know what fucking wild card teams are making the postseason, Steven.
I know.
All right. Who you got winning the AL East?
Yankees.
The East? My Jays? No, I'll go with the Yankees. Yeah, Yankees are gonna win that division.
I got the Baltimore Orioles.
Nice.
Really?
Yes.
Even without Corbin Burns?
I do, yes.
And Anthony Santander?
Yes.
Yeah, I know they missed some people. You know what? The Guardians did miss out on a lot of people. They don't have I think I saw somebody else bring it up, but yeah, Josh Naylor. I forgot
Naylor.
I forgot that he's not Naylor. I forgot that he's not there anymore. And Jimenez. Jimenez is on the I think he's on the Blue Jays now, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
That's your squad, Walter. I mean,
that's my squad. Yeah.
yeah.
I should know.
Is Vlad Jr. dealt by the trade deadline?
No, because the Blue Jays are stupid as fuck, and they're just gonna miss out on the opportunity to get some prospects, and then they're just gonna lose him in free agency, and then he'll be a member of the Boston Red Sox.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of the Red Sox, these are my wild card teams. I got the Red Sox as a wild card team. I got the Yankees as a wild card team, and I got the Mariners.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll go Rangers, Sox, Orioles. I don't even have another wild card. Rangers, Sox, Orioles. I won't even have another team out of the Central.
I will go Sox, Red Sox, not White Sox. Red Sox, not in any particular order. Red Sox, Blue Jays. I'm gonna ride with my Jays, and then I'm gonna say this is the year. I'm gonna say that the Mariners pull it off and they get in there. Yeah, I do it. I like and win a postseason and win a postseason game.
Ooh, a little upset in the opening round. Okay,
yeah, I can see it.
All right. So when it's all said and done, who do you have in the World Series and who ends up winning it?
Jeez, that's a loaded question.
Shit, I know. World Series. Who are my playoff teams again?
I don't know.
Let me think about it. I'm gonna go in the. Let's see. Damn, that's a tough question. In the American League, I can't even fathom like who would make it. It had to be the Yankees, right? I mean, Jesus, but they're
with Garrett Cole out for the season.
I know. I mean, that's gonna be a tough one. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go with the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are gonna make it somehow.
There you go. Blue Jays in the World Series, and who do they lose to, Walter?
No, who do they win? Who do they beat?
Yeah.
I will say that it is Blue Jays against the Phillies.
Ooh, I like that one. Okay.
And I'm going to go Braves. And since it's technically it's an odd year, but it's 2 years out, I'm going to go with the Rangers back in the World Series, a Bochy special.
Ooh.
So Braves, Rangers.
I like it, Steven. I'm going to go, I know everybody's going to hate this. I'm going to go with a very blue World Series. I got the Dodgers. I know.
Gross.
And I got the Rangers. In his last season of being a manager in Major League Baseball, I think Bruce Bochy wins it and beats the Dodgers, and Giants fans rejoice.
Wow.
I mean, that is beautiful, Derek. That almost brings me to tears. So I appreciate
Wouldn't that be a great ending? Like Bruce Bochy?
Yes, it would.
Yes. His career ends. He always hated the Dodgers, managing with the Padres and the Giants. And I think he does have a contract after this season, so he just goes off in the sunset and wins a World Series.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That is.
Hell yeah.
How can you not be romantic about baseball? I'm taking the Braves.
There you go.
Did I say a winner? I'm going Blue Jays. Blue Jays all the way.
No, you said it.
Well,
okay.
I didn't know if I said the winner. Yeah, my bad.
Okay, I got 2 more questions for you guys, and then we'll end this thing.
Well, hang on. I got my little game show, Derek.
Oh, yeah, that's right. My bad. Okay, we'll get to that at the end because that's really good material there.
Oh, it's
Steven.
great material.
Okay, real quick. What's more likely? A Giant hits 30 home runs or a Giant steals 30 bags this season?
Oh.
What was it? What's more likely?
What's more likely? A Giant hits 30 bags. Hits 30 bags. Hits 30 home runs. It was Barry Bonds the last guy to hit 30 home runs for the Giants?
Yes, it was, Derek.
And then Dave Roberts was the last guy to steal 30 bags in 2004, I believe. So does it happen this season? Or what's more likely?
I'm going to go 30 home runs because no one was even close to 30 stolen bases last year. So I'd go 30 home runs.
What didn't Fitz had what, 17?
17. Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's just 17.
13 more to go.
13 more.
That's the other first half of the season, Steven. You're not factoring that in. I will go with I'm going to go with the stolen bases. And I think that they not get one. I think they get 2. I think Jung-Hoo Lee and Tyler Fitzgerald both steal 30 bags this year.
I'm going to go with home runs, and I'm going to say he only got 30 home runs one time in his career, but I'm going to say Matt Chapman gets 30.
Ooh, I would love that.
What, he got like 39 in 2019?
Yeah, I was gonna say he was on the Jays then, right? Or was he with the A's?
No, he was still with the A's.
Was he with the A's in 19?
I could be wrong here.
Well, he was with the A's in 19. Did he hit 39 home runs that year, though?
I believe so. I was looking up yesterday. Hang on. Hold the phone.
36
hang on.
36 in 2019, yeah.
36.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look at that. I would love that. That'd be great.
No.
What if they do both? What if they do both? Which one happens first?
Well, I don't know about
Follow up your
first.
question with a question. Yeah.
I mean, they probably both would be towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
If someone were to get both, I'll say Matt Chapman or even Elliot Ramos. The most likely candidates to get 30 bags would probably be Jung-Hoo Lee, Willie Adames, or Tyler Fitzgerald. I'll probably go with Willie Adames.
All right. I like it.
He hits well at Oracle Park. He's had a good history there, so I'm eager to see. I really thought Soler was going to get there last year. I thought he was. Man, that was.
I think we all thought that, Steven. I think we were all bamboozled. Yeah, we were all bamboozled.
Hoodwinked. Schmeckeldorfed. Okay, last one for questions. I've been bringing this up with a lot of Giants beat writers, and all of them say they get no sense that there's any issues, no pressure whatsoever. Buster Posey's going to bring him back next year. Do you guys believe that Bob Melvin needs to have a certain type of season with the Giants in order to come back as manager?
A certain type of season? Like, what do you?
He needs to feel certain expectations. This team needs to grow in a positive direction. It can't look like the team of 2 years in the past. Buster's giving him full reign of control. I'm sure he's not going to mess up or mess with the lineup or anything. Do you think that they need to have a season where it looks like they're turning I don't think Buster Posey could put playoffs on him, but do you think he needs to have a season where they're turning a corner in order to come back?
The season of growth that Walter was talking about.
Yes.
I think that's what he needs. If they don't have that and they're just lifeless, then, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe someone else steps in and says, look, we got to go in a different direction here. But yeah, as long as there's growth, I don't think playoffs is an expectation. No. So yeah, as long as there's some form of improvement and you don't go 80 and 82, then I think he has a very real shot of returning next year.
If they're being competitive and Bob Melvin isn't the reason that they're losing games, he'll be back next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I asked Graham Brisbee that and Susan Slusser, and both of them said, I get no sense whatsoever that his job's on the line. Most likely he will come back because Buster, him, and Zach are all vibing together. And it may just be that Buster loves, conversing with an old catcher, and he likes his style. He's old school. He reminds him of Bochy. Right now, there's no sense that he's fighting for his job, no matter what happens, honestly. And I question that a little bit, but also I could buy it because Bob is a good dude.
Yeah, I just think that it's interesting, though, because, we've seen the wave of what Major League Baseball is attempting to do at the managerial position. It's guys that are very analytically driven, and we know that Bob Melvin it is kind of the last breed of the guys that more go with the feel. He uses analytics to his advantage and stuff like that, but he uses it more as a tool, more or less than a guideline. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I do think that Buster Posey, there is something to that you said, Derek. There is something to the old school, because I think that when you're looking and you're listening to what Buster is preaching and what they're talking about, that's what they're trying to get back to. I think that, so many teams have gone so far, right with the analytics that the Giants were there, and they're trying to reel it back to the middle a little bit. And I think that Bob Melvin is that perfect guy to have in that role. So, I would kind of go back with Brisbee and Sluss. I don't think that there is I don't think that he's on the hot seat if they don't do well, because I just think that he's the perfect guy, especially, you guys know with Bob Melvin, especially being in Oakland, he was a guy that you wanted around young guys. He got the
Yep.
best out of them, and he developed them well. So I do think that this is a telling year, because that is the goal, that there needs to be growth. So if there isn't growth, then yeah, we'll be having a different conversation in September. But I don't think that he has his job's on the line or anything starting the year.
He did make some questionable decisions in terms of the bullpen and sometimes even with the pitching staff, but he also did that back in Oakland. I don't think 1 year is going to tell you anything with a new team, but I do think this year is going to tell you a lot. You can't really go to an extreme and just automatically say Bob Melvin's on the hot seat before 2025 has even started. I think that's a little too much. The
only reason I bring it up is because John Shea made a big deal about it in Buster Posey's introductory press conference, where he was like, he doesn't have a contract past this season, so he's going into a lame duck year. And Buster's like, yeah, you could say that. And we're excited about Bob being the manager for this season. So nothing is guaranteed to him past this season. But all indications are everything's going smoothly right now with the brass.
Yeah. I walked by them after Willie Adames' presser. They seemed to really like each other. I gathered that from the 2-second passing that we had after I went to the bathroom. Was in a really awkward position because I just washed my hands and didn't really know whether to what do I do? But anyway.
Well, Steven, I mean, you did ask a great question to Willie Adames at his press conference.
It was a solid one. Yeah, I watched an interview he did on MLB Network.
I will say, tip of the cap to myself.
Yeah.
I heard it. I texted Derek immediately. I was like, hey, Steven got a question in.
Yeah. Michael Connell texted me, and I didn't know whether that was whether it was sarcastic or not. Hey, man, great question. And I can't really tell with Michael.
No, with that one, I think was genuine.
Yeah,
it felt honestly, Michael would have been like, if he thought it was stupid, he would have texted you, been like, dude, Steven, I love you. What a fucking stupid question that was.
That's Michael. That's Michael. That's Mr. KMBR for you. Yeah.
What a stupid question that was.
What a particular phrase.
Yeah, Steven, I don't know if you heard on Dirty Work, but Michael Connell has turned into this character called Mr. KMBR, where he just talks in that voice, and what a tasty segment this is.
It's his dream.
That's his dream, baby. All right, Steven, let's get to your segment of the Ballpark Eats. What are we calling this?
Okay. Would you stuff this down your gullet? It's everyone's favorite game show.
Rolls off the tongue, baby.
I'm going to go through the 2025.
I'm going to stuff it somewhere else. So thank God it was my gullet. Yeah.
New Ballpark Eats from not each team, but going to take the favorites. And when I mean favorites, I mean, this is just the list compiled from ESPN that I saw this morning. So
nice.
Let's do it.
First one. I don't know if you guys saw the photo of this. They seem really proud. The guy from the Texas Rangers who created this, but the boomstick burrito. It is
Jesus Christ.
It is held together. It is held together by a 26-inch flour tortilla. The burrito includes rice, beans, taco meat, Rico's nacho cheese, pico de gallo, lettuce, and sour cream. So a 26-inch burrito, essentially, is what you're getting.
You guys think that's big?
Nice. Damn, you guys thought that I was late to the podcast tonight. I mean, if I'm eating that thing, I'm not showing up at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that thing reminds me of the SNL sketch where they go to like it's a burrito stuffed in a crepe with a pizza on top. That's what that looks like.
Yeah.
What are those big ass tomatoes? Like what is that?
Yeah,
in the background. I think that's just the layout of it. They're really trying to sell it. Some tomatillos there. Ooh, roasted. It looks like they got some roasted poblanos over there.
Ooh.
I mean, it looks delicious, but no chance. I mean, how much is it running? How much would it cost me, Steven?
That's a good question. I I don't know the answer
dude,
to that.
That's too much burrito for one Derek Papa.
Yeah. There's only so much.
That's your meal prep for the whole week, Derek.
Exactly.
So you would not stuff this down your gullet? Is what
I'm gonna say no.
All right, I'm say no on that.
Considering how quickly burritos run through me, I mean, yeah, that would that'd be a whole day thing.
Now, when you think of New York, you obviously think of tiramisu.
Hell yeah.
The Petroni tiramisu made with espresso, mascarpone cream, ladyfinger cookies, and cocoa powder. Walter, Derek, would you stuff this down your gullet?
I would, but are the caps edible as well?
Caps are not edible.
Damn
Damn
it.
it.
Okay.
Well, that makes
I
it
would.
better. You can wear it after you eat it.
Yeah, it's true. On my little head. Yeah. I don't know which one I'm talking about here. I would go with that tiramisu.
I'm going with that for sure.
Yeah.
I'm stuffing that.
No,
straight
yeah, I'm going the tiramisu too. Yeah,
That's
hell yeah.
that's more manageable than that monster burrito.
Yeah.
I'm taking 5 of them. I think all of us will take this next one here. This from the Chicago White Sox, the celebration cake shake.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Birthday cake, ice cream, confetti cake, a pinwheel cookie, and a maraschino cherry. Like that's just classic right there.
I would feel like shit afterwards, but yes, I would I would definitely stuff that down my gullet.
You would
Same.
stuff that down your gullet. Walter, what about you?
I would. Hell yeah, dude. That
Yeah.
looks delicious. I need to go to the South Side just for that.
I'm in
That's
on
the
that.
biggest attraction of the White Sox season right now.
It absolutely
Hell yeah,
is.
dude.
There's going to be like 40 fans in the stands, but they'll have that. Hey guys, does it smell like up corn dog in here? Oh, wait a minute. I mean, what up, corn dog? This is from the Seattle Mariners.
I don't like that at all.
A Mariners blue honey battered corn dog with a spicy crunch served with nacho cheese. Derek, Walter, would you stuff this down your gullet?
That sounds not very appetizing, but just to say I tried it, I probably would.
It's a corn dog?
Yeah, it's a corn dog. It's a blue
It looks like it's covered in grass.
honey battered corn dog with a spicy crunch.
See, I don't know about you guys, but around St. Patty's or Valentine's Day, they get you the food coloring with the cupcakes and all that, and you eat it, and then you're crapping green or pink for like 5 days. I can't do that. That feel like this is gonna be doing that if I was to ingest that. So I'm gonna pass on.
I'm out. I'm not stuffing this down my gullet. I can't. Not that.
I would try it, but it doesn't look appetizing.
No, it doesn't. It looks terrible. And I don't know if you caught a glimpse of the bottom one here. I think this is a slam dunk. I'd absolutely stuff this down your gullet or down my gullet, not yours.
Are we feeding each other now? Wow.
I'm not giving you permission to do that, Steven.
Philadelphia Phillies are rolling out a s'mores quesadilla. It includes Nutella, mini marshmallows, a graham cracker crumble, and a flour tortilla served in a chocolate dipping sauce. Derek Walter, would you stuff this down your gullet?
Close enough to Andrew Walter. You remember the great Raider quarterback?
Oh yeah.
So that's not cheese. That's marshmallow, right?
That's marshmallow, correct?
Yeah, I definitely would try that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd eat that too.
Yeah. Who would?
100%.
Look, if they go for a dessert option, like why not? I think just as good as the garlic fries at Oracle Park is a Ghirardelli sundae. Like if you go with the dessert option, you can't really go wrong. At least that's Hey, that's just my opinion, man.
I need to figure out what that recipe is and make it at the house. I mean, that looks very appetizing for sure.
It looks pretty easy. It's just Nutella, mini marshmallows, and graham cracker crumble and a flour tortilla. How hard can that be? And a little bit of chocolate sauce. Speaking of, there's another dessert option here. This also from the Yankees. They need to get more creative here. What is this? George Costanza thinking of this stuff? The Petroni Mr. Softy Sundae.
What the hell? It's the same cup.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's vanilla ice cream, hazelnut hot fudge, cannoli praline crunch, and vanilla panna. Derek Walter, would you stuff this down your gullet?
I mean, absolutely, but there's no character to it. It's the same. There's no soul. It's the same damn thing.
Yeah.
It's the 107 win Giants. I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It is pretty boring. It's like, hey, we're rolling out a hot fudge sundae. Good Lord.
Just because you put it in a hat doesn't mean like it's appetizing, but at the same time, like, yeah, it's manageable. It's better than burrito.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to pick between that or the tiramisu, which one would you want?
Ooh,
Probably that.
I'm going tiramisu.
Oh, really?
I'd probably go tiramisu too.
I love
It's been a while since I've had some tiramisu.
Oh, love.
And I always think it's super bad. I
Live
don't want to make fucking tiramisu every day, okay?
Why would I make tiramisu? Just give me a fucking break.
All right.
All right. I don't know why there are 3 R's attached to this, but the Kansas City Royals are giving you a slugger dog. This is a corn dog, I'm assuming, that includes a chorizo. Chorizo. Is that like a singular thing? Can you say a chorizo? Topped with manchego, tempura batter, Doritos Cool Ranch crust, and avocado. aioli. Walter, Derek, would you stuff this down your gullet?
Walter?
No, I probably wouldn't.
Well,
That sounds like heartburn.
Yeah, it would be a lot of heartburn, but I love a good spice challenge. I probably would, but like, what's the deal with a single chorizo?
Yeah, I've never heard. What do they just give you like one stick of it, put it in a corn dog, and fry it into tempura batter? That does not look appetizing at all.
I try it.
No. Yeah, of course you would, Derek.
I'm not stuffing it down my gullet, but I'm taking a bite.
I'm not stuffing that down my gullet. No chance. All right, we have another dessert option here. We only got a couple of more, guys. Don't worry. This won't take much longer. Actually, it will. There's quite a bit few. We're going to Colorado here, and we're not talking about cow balls or bull testicles, whatever. We are going
Rocky Mountain oysters.
They are making up for their Rocky Mountain oysters with dessert nachos. What do you think? They include fried flour tortillas tossed in cinnamon sugar, fresh berries topped with powdered sugar, caramel drizzle, served with a side of whipped cream. Yeah, it's good. That's got to be it, right?
What is it? It's
dessert nachos.
So it's like ice cream nachos?
Yeah, it's tortilla chips tossed in cinnamon sugar, fresh berries with powdered sugar, caramel drizzle, and then it's served with a side of whipped cream. Derek Walter, would you stuff this down your gullet?
Nachos with, ice cream?
Derek, I'm not going to repeat it again.
Sorry, I was distracted. I'm sorry.
I know. You were looking at your phone.
I'm sorry.
Put your phone away during this fucking amazing segment that I'm running here.
Fine, Steven. Can you explain to me one more time? I know those are nachos, but what the hell's around it?
It's tossed in cinnamon sugar with fresh berries and powdered sugar and caramel drizzle, served with a side of whipped cream.
I'm not a big cinnamon guy. No, I don't like that combo. So I think for the first time on this thing, I'm going to say no.
Wow. No, you would not stuff that down your gullet.
I would
Walter,
not.
where are you at?
Jesus, have you said yes to every single item, Derek? Jesus.
Yes, I'm a fatty.
I'm intrigued. I'd probably try it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would too. All right. The New York Mets, they're rolling out something pretty simple here.
Oh, I saw this.
Did you?
Yes.
Is it this doesn't warrant that reaction? This is
the hot dog bucket?
No.
Oh, it's not that. Did you see that though?
I'm sorry. I do not have that on the list.
So this year the Mets are doing
bucket.
Yeah, they're doing a you get a bucket of hot dogs, like 12 hot dogs for like the price of like maybe like $25.
Oh wow. Are they like mini dogs?
No, they're like full on hot dogs.
Yeah. What are the size? What size are we working with?
They're pretty girthy. Let me see if I can find where I found this before. But go ahead, Steven. I cut you off.
Well, you can't top the hot dog bucket. This is a Fiesta burger.
It's, dude, it came up blurry. I was like, why are they blurring it out?
It includes
there's a lot going on there.
It includes a taco spice burger patty with chipotle crema and Mexican cheese blend and spicy guacamole. And
that's too much for me. I can't do it.
I would try it, but I'm not stuffing it down my gullet.
Not stuffing it down the gullet. All right. Okay, we got a couple of more here. We got. Holy shit, we got.
Sorry, but real quick, if you want to see this thing, this is the new dog bowl. Sorry, it's for $12.99. You get 12 hot dogs stuffed in a Mets helmet.
Oh wow! Is that with buns too? You got buns in there too?
Oh yeah, the Joey Chestnut special.
The amount of glizzy memes that are going to pop out of that with the New York crowd. Hey yo, he's shoving a glizzy in his gullet. Word to my mother.
Word to my mother. Oh, dude.
I'd
eat that.
All right, next up, bringing up the energy here. The Dodgers are rolling out another hot dog called the Slugger. And there's no explanation attached. Damn it, this segment's going downhill. Derek, Walter, would you stuff that down your gullet?
Well, what's on the hot dog?
It looks like there's a little bit of tortilla strips, a little bit of corn salsa with sour cream, nacho cheese, and it looks like it's on a bed of fries, and it's like a foot-long hot dog.
I mean, yeah.
I'd probably have it. I'd eat it.
A little cilantro too. Are you guys cilantro guys, or does it taste like soap to you?
No,
I like cilantro.
I can get down some cilantro.
Yeah. I mean, there's
tastes like soap.
Who
says that?
Dude, there is a large I don't want to actually, you know what? I'm not going to say majority. There's a group of people who legitimately think cilantro tastes like soap. It's a thing. Look it up.
All
What
right.
the hell?
I think you
crazy.
brought that up before, Steven, and I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. That includes my wife. The Chicago Cubs are rolling out the Jibarito sandwich. This is an interesting one. The Chicago Cubs Jibarito sandwich includes roast beef, garlic butter, lettuce, tomato, garlic aioli tucked between 2 smashed and fried plantains. Fried plantains are the bun to this burger. Derek, Walter, would you stuff this down your gullet?
What's the difference between a plantain and a banana?
It's fried.
Okay. Yeah, I would try this thing out. Yeah.
I don't know.
I like a good plantain. I would eat this. I would stuff it. I'd stuff both of those down.
I don't think I'd stuff that down my gullet.
Why not?
Would.
I don't know if I could deal with that. The plantains I'm not a big plantain guy.
Plantains are tasty, man.
Did you say garlic twice? Is there 2 garlic components in there?
No, there's just one garlic component. Oh, wait. You know what? You're wrong. Or I'm wrong. You're right. Garlic butter and garlic aioli.
Oh, dude, I'm all over that. Garlic butter and garlic aioli. Hell yeah. Just give me some garlic salt.
Come on, Steven.
Stuffing that down my gullet. Yeah.
That sounds tasty as hell.
Next up, the Arizona Diamondbacks are rolling out a chicken parm sub and some filthy mac fries made of chicken cutlets topped with homemade tomato sauce, provolone, pesto, and Parmesan. I mean, that's pretty basic, is it not? You know, when I think Arizona, I think chicken parm. Derek, Walter, would you stuff this down your gullet?
I mean, I love good chicken parm, and this is in Arizona.
Yeah, it's an Arizona staple. It's really big out there.
Yeah, I know. God, can you imagine that? Like,
Out west.
hey, yo, we're from Arizona here.
Hey.
Good chicken parm. Take care, brush your hair.
Dude.
I would eat that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd stuff that down my gullet.
Looks a little messy, but I'd probably eat it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the filthy mac fries don't look too bad.
Ooh, what is that?
Yeah,
This is exotic.
That's the filthy mac fries. They got Cajun style crinkle cut fries smothered in white cheddar mac, cheddar cheese, pork belly bacon, and cola barbecue sauce, among other items.
Dude, hell yeah. I'm eating that.
Yeah, I'm devouring that. But what stadium is that located at?
That's Diamondbacks too, right?
That's still
Diamondbacks?
Diamondbacks. That's
Okay,
still in
okay.
Arizona.
Okay.
Wait,
all right.
so is this a combo deal or is this just 2
I think it's
separate
2
orders?
I guess it's 2 separate orders.
Oh, okay, shit. Because if you get that in a combo wombo, dude, that's heart attack. Wow, that's
a
great.
great.
combo wombo.
I'm in on the combo. Wombo.
He, she, me, wombo.
Ooh, a bagel burger?
Little Jake and Jake's smoked brisket sandwich. It's selected by Nationals pitcher Jake Irvin and center fielder Jacob Young. A smoked brisket sandwich. It looks like there's a little coleslaw, some pickles, and some pickled onions on there on a is that onion? Looks like an onion type of bun.
Yeah.
I don't know. To be honest, kind of boring. I'd rather go somewhere else instead of to Washington, D.C. To get a smoked brisket sandwich.
I mean,
because 2 pitchers chose it. Like, I'm not going to eat that.
If that's the best thing going at the Nationals Park, then I mean, I try it, but it doesn't look like the most appetizing thing on this list.
No, it does not. Walter, you stuffing that down your gullet?
I don't think so. They really missed with the presentation of this photo.
It does
So,
not look great,
I'm-
does it? It looks really
Oh my
bland.
god! You sound
Very
like every
bland.
snooty. You sound like every snooty judge on Food Network.
Yes, I aspire to be like that.
The food was great, and I was starving, but the presentation sucked.
Well, I'm on his side with this one. Those pickled onions look terrible. Those
Yeah.
aren't even pink yet.
Well, the
look
placement
like
of the bun. I mean, the
Yeah.
paper with the W's. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
No,
they definitely needed more Vaseline for this photo shoot.
I'm with you. And this is the last one. The Z-Man sandwich. It is
Michael
in
Zagaris?
Yeah, this.
Sultan. It's in collaboration with Joe's Kansas City Barbecue. It includes slow smoked beef brisket, provolone cheese on a toasted Kaiser roll, topped with 2 onion rings. Yeah, I'm Kansas City brisket. Yeah, I'm stuffing that one down my gullet.
You only live once when you visit Kansas City, so yes.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Yeah,
well, that's it. Hey,
I do
everyone,
that. Yeah, for sure.
that does it for the greatest segment ever done in podcast history after 312 episodes or however many we've done. Would you stuff that down your gullet? Nobody really commented on it. I'm sure a lot of our listeners are now doing other things.
No, I mean, hey, there's some people commenting it, but for the podcast audience that listen to this later, will be like, "What the hell's going on?"
No, they'll get it. They'll get it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Enticing.
Well, I think that does it for tonight, guys. What do you think?
I think so. Right at the
All
2-hour
right.
mark from when you guys started. I still have another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You got to keep going.
No. I'm not gonna go 2 minutes. I'm not gonna go 10 minutes by myself. What the hell?
Yeah. All right then. Well, I guess we get into a little bit of Russell Wilson signing with the Giants. What do you guys think?
With the San Francisco Giants, he can play
No.
ball. He can play some ball.
No, I'll save that for another day. I'll bore Steve with that on Sunday. As hopefully by that time, Aaron Rodgers signed to the Steelers, because at this point, there's no other place for him to go. So I think we're connecting the dots there. But Walter, thanks to you, sir, for letting us commandeer your podcast and your Twitter and your audience. It was good to mold the two shows together and build up this J-Yom podcast network. But yeah, dude, this was awesome. Thank you for letting us do this tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun, and I'm gonna be getting the merch for the Passion for the Pastime podcast. But I'm gonna get you guys some merch too.
Sweet,
some J-Yom merch. Hell yeah,
I'm down for that, baby. And so to everybody, just to tell both audiences what the deal is with both shows. Walter, you're on Monday through Thursday at 6:00, correct?
Well, so we're switching it up for the start of the season. But it's going to be kind of variable based on the Giants schedule. But we'll be doing some pre games. We'll be doing some post games.
Nice.
Monday through Friday though. So just
doing Fridays now.
Yeah, we're going to do Fridays now during the season. So yeah, just set the notifications and you'll get the little ping when we go live, and you'll catch me there. We'll be talking some Giants baseball.
Sweet. Yeah, we look forward to that with Walter. He breaks it down better than anybody covering Giants. And as far as me and Steven, you catch us pretty much on Wednesday nights at 7:15, and then we go live on Sundays at 11. You can always catch our podcasts. We upload them the next day. So if we're on a Wednesday night, it's usually up on Thursday morning. Or if we go live on Sunday morning, it's usually up that same day. So if you guys like Passion for the Pastime, you like Just Your Opinion, man, just as well, even though it's not as focused and kind of crazy. We talk about everything. We don't have like a niche thing, which most podcasts do, but whatever.
No, it's talking about free agency moves that don't matter in the long run.
And stuffing things down your gullet. We love that too.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. No, dude, it's always a fun time. So hopefully this isn't the last time. Hopefully I haven't bored you guys with Giants talk.
No, not at all. I mean, this was good prep for you tomorrow. And if anybody wants to check out the Giants Roundtable at KMBR at the Presidio, come on through.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure I'll get 5 words in. All right. Walter, do you end this podcast any certain way?
No, I just say, talk to you next time.
All right. Well,
that's usually what I do. You guys take it away. Yeah, go ahead.
No. Do your thing, Walter. Do your thing, and then we'll do our send-off thing.
All right, well, everybody, thank you all for stopping by the podcast tonight. Otis Bird, rocking New Era. We saw Tacky in here as well. Hannah, Lori, everybody that stopped by. Pat H was in here as well. So we'll be back at it again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be no Giants game to go up against. So we'll be here at 6:00, maybe a little bit later, 6:30. We'll have to see with the timing of everything. But 6:30, 6:00, set your notifications. We'll be back here talking some Giants baseball, talking about the 26-man roster, see what everything lines up on opening day when the Giants take on the Reds. Logan Webb on the mound. We'll be talking about that again post-game on Thursday. So you guys have a good one. Be safe, and I will toss it to the boys. Just Your Opinion, man.
Nice. And I love that Walter already took care of us thanking everybody in the chat, so we don't need to do that and go through all the names. All right, everybody. For Walter, make sure you catch his podcast tomorrow and whenever he has one going. And for us, we'll catch you guys on Sunday at 11. Steven, say what you always say.
Make sure you always know who's in your group chat. That's just our opinion, man. Politics.